Well, we are back. So, housekeeping. Well, not the most fun job in the world, but necessary. I have an old 79 Les Paul that I'll introduce in a video at some point in the near future. Dunlop 65 polish, good stuff. This will help pick up the dirt and fingerprints, and this thing's not really dirty, so we don't have to worry about getting really crazy with it. Anyway, back to my 79 Les Paul Custom. It was in rough condition, finish-wise, so one day I took it apart and spent 4 hours getting that sucker polished up like new, and it looked spectacular. It was awesome. Anyway, just went around the headstock there. I'm actually going to get tight to these sides. That's where a lot of finger junk builds up around, you know, where your hands are always touching the side of the headstock and whatnot. So you want to get that. And again, I'm back to my little wooden stick here. It helps me get right tight to the corners all around. I keep shifting this thing around so I'm not just pushing dirt into the same spot all the time. I keep using different parts of the paper towel here. A little bit of junk on there, which we just got off. Good. All right. We want to get around that selector thing. Okay. Good. All right. And we'll get around the bushings again. I'm not too worried about these bushings here, or the adjusters, thumb wheels in this case, and the end screws. Okay, got a little corrosion on them for sure. I'm gonna hit that again. Anyway, I will be making some adjustments down here, so I'm not worried about the position of those or anything. Okay. Now I'm going to be handling this instrument quite a bit, so what I'm trying to focus on here is just getting the majority of the junk out. Okay, the real garbage, right? The stuff that's been baked in for a while. It's fairly clean, so I'm pretty happy about that. If it was nastier, then of course we'd spend more time accordingly and whatnot. Telltale sign of a pickguard on Les Pauls. Oh, is that nut on the back always leaves a mark on the face? So if you see that, you'll know what it is. That is if the pickguard's not on it. Okay, I'm just going to do the face for now, as I'll come back to the rest of it when we are close to being done. Okay, and as far as strings go, we are going to put on some Diodario 10s. Okay, get those bad boys ready. Junk goes in the junk. Okay. Now, okay, so we're going to start throwing some strings on and have at it. So I may at points expedite the video, although I do tend to talk on the in-between. So starting with number 6. All right. Saddles are canted forward. So that's on there. I'm going to put the 5th string aside there for a second. Get this 6th string installed. There are, again, there's more than one right way to install strings, and I'll do another video series on that. Okay, when somebody tells you you got to do it this way, you got to do it this way. Well, some stuff yes, but other stuff, you know, it's common sense. There's more than, you know, one right way to do many things. So I want to keep that in mind. Anyway, a little quick instruction on this. I'm keeping the slack end of the string under control. Otherwise, it will control me, and that doesn't exist in my guitar world. Okay, I am the person in control of such things. Okay, so now all this stuff is locked down. That is, this isn't going to fall off anymore and whatnot. I'm just going to get the strings on. So I put the 6th string on just to hold things in place. You know, again, I refer back to batching your processes. In this case, we have loose hardware. We want to keep it under control. So I put 1 string on to control the environment. Now I'll go back and do the rest of the strings. That is, get them installed. There's, you know, some people like to install the strings backwards. That is, this way and then over the top. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's a matter of preference. You have to experiment with different things because it comes down to the angle at which the string hits the bridge. And there's a trick to that. There's, well, a sweet spot, let's say. There's a sweet spot. And I'll give you some direction on that, but ultimately it's going to be what you prefer. Anyway, I'll get back to this area in a second. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the rest of these strings installed. Quick treatise here, about 1.5 inches or so of string. In this case, say 1 post to the next is a good indicator. Switch my grip. Pop the string through, give it a right angle that locks the string in place. Now again, you can there's ways to get the string locked down and whatnot. I prefer to let the string more or less, let's expedite this a little bit, let the string do its own thing, one wrap under the next. Again, I'll deal with the specifics of restringing at a later date. Okay. That is our D string, our first string. First string I make an exception with because it's fine and prone to slippage, so I'm actually going to do a tag end wrap on that. I took the tag end of the string and wrapped it underneath the string itself, which locks it in place. That's a very common thing to do. One of my little things is that I only do that on the first string. I found that the rest of the strings really don't have any, there's no real benefit to it, in my opinion. There is a special video that I'm going to show you coming up, or that will be available, all about stringing or restringing, selecting strings, and what a good set of strings for you would be, and how to test your strings. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to get to that. Anyway. Okay, so we have all our strings on. I'm not worried about nothing is really out of joint down here. It's not sky high or goofy or anything. Everything's kind of within tolerable range. And I'll get rid of that. I'm going to give it a haircut. These strings are not coming off. There's no reason that they're going to have to come off again. Okay, so side cutters. The face, the flat face on top of the post. Cut, 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 cut. Garbage all in one shot. Nice and neat. Okay. Once again, I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll get down to the business of finessing the rest of this out. Okay? All right. Back in a second.